be what contributed to my mother's amnesia, like, this almost Alzheimer's stuff. But oh no, couldn't possibly be. When you watch these things and you recognize the scientists who have been silenced, why would someone be silenced if there was no truth? I mean, really? What are we talking here? Why would they be discredited? Why would their lives and their life work be completely destroyed if there's nothing wrong with it? On the way in today, I received an email from someone. He's a bit over the top for me, but his work is good. He's only a bit over the top because he swears like a sailor who's been out to sea way too long. I don't mind him swearing. It just gets a little bit redundant at times. But with this email, he got my attention, and I thought, I would be even more angry than you, and I would be swearing even more. So the email goes on to say, he did this weekend, and the mommy did this, and the daughter did this. Okay. But in the meantime, his office received a torrent of hate mail regarding his previous warning of almond milk and its ability to put people into the fat cow hall, as he says it. And goes on to say, sure, if you're into drinking calories, there's homemade and non-processed almond milk out there. And I will quote what he says, but most of the shit people are drinking is processed to high hell and is nothing but water with white coloring and fake sugars. This has become all too common in the health biz package total garbage as being healthy. And watch the consumers go, as he says, batshit crazy for it and defend it to their death. Vitamin water, almond milk, Gatorade, sports bars, and all of it. I've looked into this stuff. I used to drink almond milk. You wouldn't get me near that junk with a 10-foot pole. If you do the investigation, if you examine, if you take the blinders off, if you don't follow blindly what you're being fed, and also I would suggest follow the money. Who owns these companies? When I found out through this series that I'm watching that a children's hospital in Pittsburgh, which I guarantee people come from all over the world to go to. Oh, you follow the dollar. Who owns that? A little pharmaceutical company called Merck. You don't think there's going to be a conflict of interest about your child's well-being? Are you out of your mind? What is wrong with us that we have become so complacent that we won't? This poor guy, he's been absolutely vilified by this woman somewhere out in captivity. I think she's from Texas, as a matter of fact. And she's stupidly putting this stuff into her smoothies because the magazines told her it's okay. Her doctor told it's okay. You guys need to shape up here because you're getting hurt. No wonder you can't lose that 10 pounds. Look what's in the smoothie. Oh, but no, it's like the Holy Grail. You kidding me? The Holy Grail has got to be reassessed. And that's what's causing these tipping points into meltdowns. Well, now that I've had my little tangent about that, I will take this caller. Poor caller. What are you in for? Hi there. Hello? You're on the line. Did you probably hang up, you poor thing? Call back in. I probably terrified you because you probably drink almond milk. Well, even if you do, it's something you have to now think about. So what I'm able to now see, so for example, this gal that called in, well, she didn't call in, she texted before the sun rose about her meltdown. Now, this has been a long-standing client, and I've watched over the last 18 months very, very carefully things unfold in her life. And each time I would say things like, be careful. This is dangerous. You're going into dangerous territory. Watch it. Be careful. Be careful. And last night we spoke for about 2 hours, and she said, I finally understand why you said it's dangerous. Be careful. But I couldn't hear you. Well, what happened is then the tipping point reached such a point that by today, standing at Newark Airport, seemingly for no good reason, now the meltdown. But it's because she was tipped into it by her own action. Hi there. Are you the dear caller that I probably scared away?
No, I might be a new caller.
Hi there. Who is this?
It's Shannon.
Hi, Shannon. How's it going?
Elaine, I am in misery.
You're having your own meltdown. Fabulous.
I spoke to you 2 or 3 weeks ago, and you warned me. You warned me that I was going to have tumult, and I was going to feel uncomfortable.
Oh.
You said to be prepared that it would go on for a very long time.
Well, very long. Maybe we have to reassess the words very long so that you can get through it. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
We talked about nails on the chalkboard, jumping out of your skin, just feeling discontented with work, family, the universe, friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been hanging on for several weeks now.
Okay. And so the good news is time has elapsed. That's the one of the values of time on this plane. It gives things boundaries. So, look, we're still in this tumultuous month, actually. It doesn't end until May 5th. The Chinese months are different than, starting on April 1st or May 1st. So we got to get you through that. However, it's okay to be at a tipping point. It really is. And it's okay to have a meltdown. And I think once we each can kind of accept that where we are is perfectly fine, and it actually doesn't need fixing, then everything begins to drop away. Because okay. I think if now I had to give you a new mantra to keep on keeping on, it's drop it. So for each little nano piece of your own life puzzle, drop it. And that doesn't mean, like when I say drop it, I don't mean, okay, now suddenly you go back into the house and you tell your husband he's done. It's not like that. It's drop that incident. Drop that quarrel. Drop that, drop that belief. I've spoken for years on dropping our beliefs, and I truly believe that. However, even today, coming up to the studio and the work that I did this morning, it kind of keeps going to the next level of depth and awareness of nothing that we were taught is true. Zero. And along with finding this information about all the disinformation that we've been fed, that same article down beneath it, there was a whistleblower explaining how the education system is so corrupted. To the point where I think I probably will order this gal's book called Deliberate Dumbing Down the World by Charlotte Iserbyt. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. Iserbyt. Deliberate Dumbing Down of the World. Well, Shannon, it may seem it has nothing to do with why you're calling in, but it has everything to do with it. I looked back today into, like, I would say probably 4th grade where I was in a parochial school. And I remember we were being shown, I don't know, some film, because it was probably Good Friday or Easter's coming or something. And it was a sobering film. And after the film was over, we were full on told how dangerous and deadly Russia was, wherever Russia was. Who knew? And the Russian people are bad. I remember sitting there thinking, I don't even know any Russians. How could they be bad? Because I thought everybody was good. And that indoctrination, it didn't hit me, although it certainly left an imprint. And I think, how many people that were children in a so-called caring, loving environment are now taught to hate and fear? So I want you to examine every aspect. It's only through investigation that you're going to know what to drop.
That's the question, what to drop.
Everything. Every single thing. Come up with the most recent thing that threw you, that tipped your tipping point.
I don't know. My stuff is just more, with other people.
That's fine. There's no one else out there. So who do you think it was?
Let's say hubby.
Okay. So hubby said something offensive?
Yes.
Okay.
Or hubby was, very short, or he had a tone, or
I have someone very close to me in my life that does the same thing. It is undermining. It's a sense of ridicule. It's unnerving. Okay. And it does tip your tipping points. There's no doubt about it. Okay. And as you...
But for some reason, more now, for some reason, during this period.
Well, because you're more sensitized. I don't know what's done that to you. Have you changed your nutrition?
No, I thought it was astrological.
Could be. It could be. The biggest culprit, honest to goodness, is our nutrition. Putting it outside of you, well, it must be Venus is squaring Neptune, which is in conjunct with Mars. That's casting blame elsewhere. I want you to be accountable. As I said to Sydney, first thing I hit her with, how's your nutrition? The second thing is, did you get out in nature? Well, here's the paradox there. She can't because it's too toxic.
Right.
Which could mean she's got to move. She may have to move out of the state at some point to a place where there's either greater fresh air out west or near an ocean where the breezes, something. So, no, I don't want you to put it outside of yourself. I can easily say, okay, in the flying stars, this is over here, this is causing a problem. But in the long run, the problem is inside of us to be dealt with. And
that's helpful.
And the paradox is the teaching that I'm really processing and absorbing drip by drip is that it considers existence perfect as it is, and nothing more than an appearance. You have no idea how many times I had to breathe that in over the past several days, because all of this stuff about vaccinations, it's a trigger point for me. It's a trigger point because I love you, and I don't even know you, and I love you. And you could be calling and saying, Elaine, and I can't get pregnant. I'd be out of my tree, because I'd be asking you, did you have that damn stuff called Gardasil?
Right.
Okay. But and the other trigger was, I look at my most beloved grandchildren, and I wince. I wince because I tell you, children across the board have been vaxxed damaged.